Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to one more video of ServiceNow 911. In today's video, we discuss some important topics. That is the difference between GraphQL and REST API. Yes, this is important. Let me share my screen. I have written an article on ServiceNow Spectacular for that. You can visit this website for all the needs of ServiceNow resources like interview questions, scenario-based questions, implementation challenges, concepts, case study, and use cases. Everything is available up to date and with respect to your interviews. Okay, so let's begin this topic, GraphQL versus REST API. Let me open it. So, previously we were talking about SOAP versus REST. So REST is quite higher side in terms of performance, security than SOAP. Whereas now we have GraphQL here. This API is now competing with REST API and has many advantages. So let me give you one very basic example here, which will help you understand. Just look at this image. So here we have a user who has a dynamic dashboard, and from that dashboard, he wants three things. Okay, he wants three responses. So in this, when he use GraphQL is sending only a single query. Okay, and then returning the result in a single bundle, in a single package. Whereas for the same thing, when he uses REST, he has to send a separate request for each and every time. Okay, so multiple requests has to send to get the same thing which he got in a single query from GraphQL. So in all the parameters, GraphQL is winning. Okay, so here you see this explanation. So in the top half, we are using GraphQL. So there is a user looking at the dashboards. This dashboard needs multiple type of data like incident, change request, and catalog. Okay, so GraphQL send only one query to the server, and finally the server return back a need package with only the data which he needs. Okay, so under a single query, we are getting a single package, and that contains every data. So what is happening? One more example in the real life. We are going to a restaurant, and then we asked the waiter that we need one dosa, one chai, through Italy's. Okay, that's it. So this is my order. I am ordering three things in a single order, and the waiter is returning with three plates in hand, and it is saving my time. It is saving my money, as well as it is saving the performance. What we are getting, one waiter, one trip, and one bill. Okay, so this is not the case in REST API. Same use case, but REST doesn't work that way. Okay, to get the dashboard information, you have to make multiple requests. Okay, one for incident, one for change, and one for catalog item. Because in each thing we have an endpoint. We have to specify endpoint in all three cases. Okay, so each of those hit a different endpoint, and sometimes you get more fields than needed. Okay, obviously when we are interacting three times request, three times response. So in this case, if we compare with the GraphQL, we have the impact on performance, we have the impact on time, we have the impact of overall response. Okay, so all these things are getting affected, and in all these three cases, GraphQL is winning. So now I hope you understand the basic here, why we are using GraphQL and why it is in news. Okay, so now I will give you some basic difference here. Number of API call we discussed. For each endpoint, REST need a single call, whereas we have the option to club the data, to club the requests from different endpoints into a single way, and single query will be sent, a single response will be received in case of GraphQL. Okay, second is data customization. Again, GraphQL is more flexible than REST API. It fetches only those fields which you have defined, whereas in case of REST API, we always get the default field. If we want to adjust the fields, then we have to use this parameter, which is sysparam fields. Okay, there we have to specify the fields. In that case, you will get only those fields. So again, some difference is there. Next, we have nested data handling. So nested data handling means dot walking. From a single query, we are interacting with more than one tables. Okay, so these dot walking nested queries are supported in case of GraphQL. Whereas in case of REST API, for each table, you have to use one endpoint. It means one call is required. Okay. Again, the response size, it is light and optimized. Only the selected data is received in GraphQL. Whereas in case of REST API, you may get bloated data with extra unused fields. Yes, that we already discussed. Now, performance, it is but obvious when we have a single request it is fastest, whereas in case of multiple requests, it may be slower. Okay. So in reality, it depends on what type of query you are hitting. It may be possible in some cases, REST API may be giving good response, but again, depends on the case of case. But in general, GraphQL is much more performance driven than your REST API. Okay. So like this, you have this complete table here. You can visit this article in ServiceNow Spectacular. Just visit here, okay? And then you will find all these amazing resources. Learn from it. We are designing it as per your need, as per your interview experience, okay? So just tell us about the feedback of the articles which I am writing, about the questions we are sharing. We are very much interested in improving the things based on your feedback. I hope you understand this difference. So in one of the video, I will try how to use GraphQL. Okay, this API we will use in ServiceNow PDI, and we will discuss more. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.